Ntiro's, however, fate seemed to have constantly been smiling down on her as if to prove that she was destined for greatness. In 1911, 14 years before she was born, the Church Missionary Society established Duhaga High School. According to the Dictionary of African Christian Biology, this period coincided with another trailblazer, Florence Septume Nyangali. Nyangali was born in 1908 and became a pioneer student of Duhaga Girls Boarding School in 1920, and later she was appointed teacher in 1928 and became a headmistress in 1938. The DSCB that I have referred to above said of Nyangali, and I quote, "Her vision was to see Duhaga Girl Boarding School give its best to the people of Uganda." Hoima church leaders supported Nyangali and proudly followed her lead in the role she played in a larger life of the school. From this account, we see that Sara Nyendoha, Ntiro's birth was in 1925 in a household where both parents were teachers, and early education was given to her in Duhaga girls' schools. It intersected with the ambitions of a teacher, Nyangali, whose vision for her school transcended meeting the education needs of the immediate community. Nyangali's passion for education was so great that it rubbed off the church leaders and possibly inspired the young Sara to aim for the moon. Sara Nyendoha attended Duhaga Girls' School for her kindergarten up until primary 4, when her father, himself a teacher who had been at King's College Budo, plucked her out and took her to King's College Budo, where she started in 1938. She attended primary 5 from Budo and 6, and sat for her primary leaving examinations at Budo Junior School before proceeding to King's College Budo for her Junior 1, Senior 1, Junior 3, and finally Senior 4 to Senior 6. She completed in 1945. Let's have a look at the type of education which Sara had. The colonial government context. Let me give you the structure of education system between the years 1898 and 1925. It consisted of 5 types of schools. The first was the catechist school, where the majority run by Ugandan catechists and local chiefs for people seeking to be baptized. The second type of school was the village school. This was also referred to as a bush school or subgrade or reading school under the management of a Ugandan teacher. The third type was the vernacular school at a parish level or mission posts run by 2 or 3 European missionaries for classes 1 to 4. Then there was also what they called the central schools at particular parishes headed by European missionaries for classes 1 to 6. And lastly, high schools. High schools were boarding schools, junior schools, originally designed for children of chiefs, clan heads, and clergymen, but by 1925, you could be joined by children of peasants on recommendation of a chief or a clan head or a missionary. Since these are strange to us, I'll repeat for you to. We had 5 types of schools in this period. One was the catechist school, found almost at every church. These were run for Ugandans to be baptized. Then the village school, that referred to what we call subgrade or reading schools or bush school. You had the 3 different alternative names. These were usually under the management of a Ugandan. Then there are 3 what they called vernacular schools. These were run at parish level or at mission posts and run by 2 or 3 European missionaries for classes 1 to 4. After that, you had central schools at particular parishes headed by European missionaries for classes 1 to 6. And then the high schools were boarding junior schools originally for children of chiefs, clan heads, and clergymen, but by 1925, I said, they could be joined by children of peasants if they got a recommendation from a chief, a clan head, or missionaries. Duhaga girls in Hoima that Sara Nyendoha attended could be classified as a central school. And whereas the Christian missionaries were in charge of setting up and running schools in this period, the British colonial government was not committed to this duty, let alone financing them. The missionaries financed the schools they founded with the help of Ugandans and friends back home in Europe. The attitude of this protectorate government then towards Uganda's education is perhaps best summed up in a 1901 quote by the Secretary to the Foreign Office in London. This was the one who was responsible, said, I quote, "Education is certainly our business in the last resort. But if the missionaries would do it for us, it would be better to give them just facilities in the form of tax rebate." However, this stance would in decades that followed be reserved. By 1920, the protectorate government that was hitherto primarily preoccupied with establishing its administration and quelling opposition to it by various rulers such as Omukama Kabalega, Kabaka Mwanga, and Chief Awichi, had been forced to offer financial